And that's not all. That's where News 4's Derek Ward joins us now live. And Derek, we understand they're giving away some free grub down there. Folks are getting a chance to have a free half-smoke and chili on it.
I think that's all past tense now, Leon. I think all the half smokes are gone. But they went quickly, and you can understand why if you know anything about Ben's. And that's the only reason I would think that they would close this 100 block of U Street in the middle of an afternoon, a weekday afternoon. But of course, this is about celebrating their being here for 65 years. So this is a day to close the street and celebrate the presence of Ben's. Take a look. There's nothing unusual about a crowd at Ben's Chili Bowl, but on this day,
oh, this is getting crazy.
people had come from all over to help celebrate 65 years here on U Street. Virginia Ali had worked at Industrial Bank, another U Street landmark. Her husband Ben was a customer. That's how they met.
So when Ben proposed, and then right behind that comes up with, would you mind, would you be willing to partner with me in a little restaurant?
The rest was local history. They found a spot on the U Street corridor. The spot was always a destination.
And of course, if you found anything near Black Broadway, you would be very fortunate. This was an old silent movie theater.
Then a pool hall, and after it closed, that's when Ali set up shop. It was 1958, and D.C. was still a segregated city. U Street was still a destination. Clubs, theaters, venues that would draw some of the biggest names in entertainment. They would become like family.
This is where from the Nat King Coles to Miles Davis to Pearl Bailey, Ella Fitzgerald, and all of them here, to all the way to now where we have the Bruno Mars and Ushers and so forth.
But it was the neighborhood customers that kept Ben's going.
Two places I would go as we were riding around to partying was Ben's Chili Bowl and Wings and Things.
Ben's is still here, witness to some pivotal moments in history. The March on Washington, the '68 riots.
We were asked to remain open during 3 nights of curfew. Yeah, that was...
Nobody bothers.
Nobody bothered. No. I have to say, in my 65 years, nobody bothered.
When Barack Obama dropped by, they became a national landmark. And while the menu hasn't changed a lot over the years, somehow that's worked out for them. People who know the hospitality industry say there's an intangible at work. It hides amid the half smokes. You can't see it, but you can feel it.
And they've remained sustainable because of their love of people and the love of the community.
Indeed, they were known for feeding people for free. They became an enduring thread in the fabric of this city.
When you treat people the way you want to be treated, you don't have a puppet.
Now, this block party is just about to break up. They're going to open this block of U Street up again if you're going to be traveling this way. But Ben's, they're still going to be here probably for another 65 years. We are live on U Street. Derek Ward, News 4. Back to you.
We are counting on that, Derek.
Yes, it is an institution, truly. Virginia Ali has seen it all in the decades that she has served this community.
What role do the leagues play as far as approving? Does the NBA have to approve this move? Have you had talks with the, most, I think, NBA teams play in cities, not in the suburbs. Is there a possibility that the NBA or the NHL could?
Mark, I'm on the executive committee of the NHL, and I'm chairman of the media committee of both leagues. I'm with the commissioners. Do you think I wouldn't have communicated what we're doing?
Well, I've been talking a lot with the people of New Hampshire, and sadly, we have seen this increase in threats and acts of violence, especially towards houses of worship, and now, of course, on college and university campuses, too. This was true even before October 7th, but now it's even more pressing. And so, people need to be able to worship in peace and know that they'll be safe when they want to practice their faith, just the way we want people who are going to a Boys and Girls Club or a YMCA to feel safe, just as we want our kids in schools to be safe. So this is really more a greater focus on how entities like churches and synagogues, who've never really had to think about this in the past, can get the information they need and move forward and provide that haven to people who want it.
Absolutely. I'm actually not surprised. I think we made a big mistake in this country by not convicting Donald Trump when we impeached him after January 6th. He was in the low 30s or high 20s approval rating. Even Republicans had turned on him. We haven't overcome that. It's still lingering. There's still this sense of members of Congress who are having vandalism of their houses or having direct threats, harassment, and that's just not who we are as a democracy.
Well, I mean, look, what I'm hoping is that we're able to get these bills that have to be negotiated between the House, the Senate, and the White House, but that we push back on some of the woke policies that are frankly wasteful, that we have some good Republican conservative wins that help our economy, that help our national security, and don't waste money. But again, they're going to have to be negotiated between the House, the Senate, and the White House.
Here inside this 988 crisis center, these are some of the people ready to answer the phone if you reach out for help.
I hope people know that they can always call if they're feeling like they need someone to talk with.
Lolita is a senior crisis hotline counselor. She and her colleagues keep the center staffed 24/7. If you don't want to call, you can also text them or even online chat.
I've been through my fair share of things in my past that I wanted to be able to give back and help other people who are having a hard and challenging time.
And during this holiday time, they want people to know there's no shame in asking for help.
I think that mental health is so stigmatized and people don't really talk about it.
Supervisor Brittany says the goal is to work with the person and offer whatever resources they need. It's extremely rare that they send police to intervene.
When 988 rolled out, there was a huge stigma that if you contact in either chat, text, or call, that police were immediately going to be sent out, and that's really just not the case.
And for those needing longer-term support, News 4 spoke with a psychologist about the signs of clinical depression.
Things that you typically enjoy doing, you don't enjoy doing them anymore.
Dr. Jashawn Mance says thinking of the future can be overwhelming, and it helps to stay focused on the present.
For some of us, we just have to go moment by moment, right? We can't really kind of think about the next day or the next month, but we just have to be in the moment and take it moment by moment.
And back at the call center, the employees say they're always ready for the next call.
It's completely confidential. They can call in every single day if they want to.
Amy Cho, NBC News.